See that? G-E-M-A-C-H, Gemach. Gemach stands for Gemilas Chesed, which means doing acts of loving kindness for people. Acts of compassion, of loving kindness. A Gemach is a free loan society where things generally could be money, but could be other things, are loaned out for free. Now, there's no government agency telling people that they have to open up a Gemach. There's no rabbi, there's no institution here telling someone they have to open up a Gemach. It's just people who want to serve God by helping other people for no compensation at all. Open the Gemachs. So I'm going to just start reading the Gemachs. There's the boys' tuxedo Gemach. Guess what they loan out? There's a circumcision outfit and pillow Gemach. There's the Gemach for CDs. You're going to listen to CDs with lectures on them. Costume Gemach. The holiday of Purim coming to be a costume. Dehumidifier Gemach. They have like this is one that I feel a little uncomfortable saying in front of the police, but it's a radar detector Gemach. Obviously, just so they know where the police are, so they can show off to the police the fact that they've been driving within the speed limit the whole time. Now, what would I get the senator? In my experience, I look at my kids or whatever, if they talk about something a lot, that's what they want. Right? And that's like a hint, talk about their laptop computer, this laptop, that laptop. They want a laptop computer. So I thought I'd get him something that I think he's talked about a lot, so it must be that he wants one. So here it is, you can open that up.
All right, my own personal drone.
His own. But I want to tell you something. You're not allowed to use this against Americans on American soil.
And thank you to the Roberts for not only inviting me into their home, but for sponsoring and taking us all to Israel. We had a wonderful time in Israel. That was the first time that I'd been over there, the first time my kids had been overseas, and we came back with a lot of great memories and a lot of great photographs too. We have a picture of my son running up to the top of Masada. And they say the Special Forces run up there in all their gear and then have their ceremony up there. He didn't have any special gear on. In fact, he had taken his shirt off, but he was running up the top. And so my wife walked to the top. My two sons, Brandon, walked up there. And I went up in the cable car saying, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" I'm not sure heights, so, but I made it to the top. But we had a great time there, and I thank Dr. Roberts for doing that. I think that, one of the things that we came home with is, I think you've got my wife this close. She's thinking about becoming an Orthodox Jew. she's close, and if somebody wants to try to grab her, I think she's there. She likes the whole idea of no electricity and candlelight, not doing anything. She likes the fact that we try to keep TV and all the bad influences out of your lives. And some of us aren't strong enough, but I think the traditions are good. And I think some of what we're missing in our country is that traditions going away. Your traditions are, 5,000, 6,000 years old. They're a long time. But in our country, things are changing so rapidly, but not all for the good. I mean, we're losing things that keep these boundaries that are in many ways self-imposed, that keep us a good people. Our founding fathers said that with all the freedom they were going to give us, that it also required virtue, and that to have a democracy you needed a virtuous people. People say that the only type of freedom that's consistent, or the only type of restraint that's consistent with freedom, is self-restraint. That's what you get from your tradition. You learn right from wrong. You believe right from wrong. And in that, we have that shared tradition, and I think whether you're Christian or Jewish, we believe in this shared tradition. The shared tradition is knowing that there is a right and a wrong. Now, when Dr. Roberts took me to a Shabbat, we had a great time. It was his Shabbat, and kids from yeshiva were there and singing and dancing, and we had a wonderful time. and we got to learn a little bit of the traditions, and I think traditions are important. But at Shabbat, you talked a little bit about loyalty, and I think loyalty is a great trait too. It's a trait that is something that is very important and something that I prize. But you said something about loyalty in your introduction, and I really take that to heart. We traveled around Israel, and we encountered, I think, most of the different plagues we had. And we didn't have any locusts, but we tried to get from Jerusalem up to the Sea of Galilee, and the road was actually flooded out. We drove 2 hours north, and then we had to turn around and go all the way back, almost to Jerusalem and around through Tel Aviv. On the way still to the Sea of Galilee, we had a rock slide covered the road. When we finally made it up to the Sea of Galilee, went up to the Golan Heights, went all the way down into the desert through Jerusalem, and it was a spectacular trip. When I think about what we face as a country, I think some of the things when I talk about that we need to adhere to our traditions is that it isn't all about politicians. You know, you have leaders in your communities, many of whom are here today. They're as important as your politicians or more. When you think about it, can I make you a better person? Can I make you a good community? No, you do it yourselves. And you don't want the government getting in the way of what you're trying to do. And that's another reason to it's important who you elect. But it's also important that we not think that, oh, we're just going to somehow, the sort of the moral decline we have in our country is going to come about through me. It's not. It's going to come out through your local leaders and through your community. And I think, by example, the rest of us need to be following some of the things you're doing here as well. But I want to thank Dr. Roberts for letting me come today and for letting me be a part of this and for being my friend.
It's our privilege.
Thanks.
Okay, dinner was delicious. I'm glad. We rolled it up some stuff. Of course. You know where you're coming from. All right, you don't want to think about it. Oh, it's there.